good YouTube? It's your host, S.H.I.N.O Santana, and you are now watching MVP Magazine. And if you're a fan of Capcom's Kaiju Euthanasia Simulator, Monster Hunter, or games like that, you might want to stick around because this is Wild Hearts S. Now, can this game really stand on its own, or is it just a simple Monster Hunter clone? Let's check it out.
Let the spirits in the karakuri join your own. Let them drive you to hunt, for that is your destiny.
No thanks. That looks painful. Now, I'm just going to try as hard as possible to get this preview out of the way without mentioning Monster Hunter. Darn it! Wild Hearts is an action hunting game where you create your own character and head to the fictional town of Minato. And much like that other game, you build loot, take on bigger monsters with that loot, and then build more loot. It's a vicious cycle. But when it's done right, the formula can be really addictive. Now, even though this game definitely has some similarities to the other franchise, despite its similarities, Wild Hearts definitely still has enough interesting gameplay mechanics and unique flavor for you to check out if you're a fan of the genre, or maybe even action games in general. And interestingly enough, Wild Hearts is actually a spiritual successor to a game that Omega Force actually worked on before, called Toukiden. And like a true spiritual successor sibling, Wild Hearts borrows a few gameplay mechanics from the Toukiden series, like weapon special moves and the wound system. I mean, they even share the same ancient Japan samurai showdown, feudal warlord, Onimusha on a bun aesthetic. And I'm here for it. I absolutely love it. And I'm glad that the series gets to come back, even if it's in a spiritual sense. So, story has always been a really big thing in the Toukiden franchise, so I'm not so surprised that it's a big thing here. Dialogue trees and different options for speech and replies to NPC is always welcome. One of the things which is really cool in this game is the dynamic camera angles they use for storytelling and cutscenes. It really takes a simple scene where two character models are talking to each other and just makes it look more interesting, more dynamic. It makes you want to pay attention to the story. I think it is really cool. So, when it comes to any good action hunting game, character creation is one of the tentpole, it's one of the staples of the genre. All my hunting and From Software veterans, we all know that a great character edit can take your game from to, whether it's eye spacing, lip fullness, hair layering, it is all here. You could probably change your character's booty crease if you really wanted to. This game is off the hinges. The level of detail and creativity in the character edit mode is truly something else. The fact that there's variably no limits placed on you really allows you to express yourself and your creativity, and it makes making multiple characters so easy and actually interesting. You know, in certain games when there's only one cool hairstyle or one cool beard and you're like, oh man, now I can't make another character, or now I'm gonna have to definitely make a female. You don't have that problem with this game. The customization options are definitely on point. Now, if you find games like Monster Hunter, for the love of... Now, if you've played the game that will not be mentioned, and you found that the pacing of the missions or some of the boss battles can be a little bit slow at times, or the fights aren't always action-packed, you have to wait too long before you attack, this game might be more your thing. In Wild Hearts, the monster melee is flying. The fights are a lot more fast-paced, in your face, and there's a lot less waiting for openings and just going straight into attack. It almost feels like a character action game like Ninja Gaiden. Now, don't get me wrong, the tactical approach to Capcom's monster design is second to none. But this game allows more casual players to kind of jump in, get used to the way the game feels without feeling guilty or without getting their cheeks clapped by a monster they weren't prepared for. Now, even though this game allows casuals to just cook it up with the rest of us veteran hunters, it's got a very, very, very nice difficulty curve. It's still got enough depth to keep people maintained. Now, one of the things which is cool about this game, which Capcom actually borrowed for their Monster Hunting series, is the wound system. As I said before, this came from Toukiden. And basically what this means is once you've done enough damage to your target, it will get wounded. And once it gets wounded, my god, it is lights out.
Go, man.
Yeah, those finishing attacks are definitely something else. If you're gonna say something about Wild Hearts S, you gotta say it with style. This game oozes style. Whether it's the armor, the weapon system, the way the monsters are designed, this game kind of has it all. Now, I will definitely give Wild Hearts points for trying to do some original things with the hunting genre. They could have just came out here and been like, okay, we make Ninja Gaiden games, we're gonna just cross that with hunting. But they've also crossed Fortnite with this. Yeah, this game is somehow Monster Hunter mixed with Ninja Gaiden mixed with Fortnite, and for some reason it kind of works. Now, there is this gadget in this game. I'm not gonna lie, I definitely forgot the name of it, but it allows you to build certain structures which allows you to jump on them to get the leverage on these monsters, like, you know, like in the end of Star Wars, I have the high ground. That was really cool. And talking of great design, let's get into those graphics. Now, this game is definitely a bit of a mixed bag because at times it can look really beautiful, especially when you're playing in docked mode, because if your television can make the most of it, it's almost a completely different game. And even in handheld mode, this game can definitely still look fairly impressive at times. Now, that being said, for as good as this game looks, running on the Switch in like month number 2, I definitely would have liked to see more effort put into the optimization of this Switch version. It definitely feels like it was a little bit of a rush job. There's no reason that the frame rate should be jerking like a break dancer. Do you know what I'm saying? There's no reason why the frame rate is having a seizure when you're trying to play the game. Like what is going on? Now, when Wild Hearts originally came out on the PC and the PlayStation 5, the game had performance issues then. It was about 2 years ago, and it's just disappointing to see that in that time, the developers didn't optimize the game so it would actually run better on the Switch. So we know that the performance issues that the game is having right now isn't necessarily a Switch 2 problem. It's an engine and optimization problem. Now, I know they want to get this game out quickly for the launch of the Switch 2, but this is definitely a missed opportunity to optimize this game for the Switch 2's hardware. And it really hurts the presentation because it just makes it really inconsistent. And that's a shame because at times this game can look beautiful. I mean, it can at times be up there with Cyberpunk, man. Don't hate on me. Now, I'm actually hoping that we get some kind of post-launch patch which improves the performance of the game overall. Now, it's currently running at a fluctuating 40 frames per second. So if they can have another like performance mode where they can lock it down to a sensible frame rate with a little less effects, I would completely be on board with that. And I think it would do the game's great art style and great graphics more service. I mean, what do you think? But overall, for Switch 2's first hunting game, I know Omega Force just wanted to get in there straight away and get that hunting money, and I can understand. I don't think it's too bad of an effort. I didn't play too much of this when it came out on PlayStation 5, so being able to get this version with all the content seems cool. I would really like if they just fix up the performance, but do you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, this kind of looks good. This kind of looks exciting. Just fix up the textures loading in when I'm just trying to walk down the street. It's like, what? Who's this person? Where did this person come from? You weren't there a second ago. Like, I will not lie. Initially, I was worried. I was like, whoa, is the Switch 2 reaching its limits already? And then I realized this game is just badly optimized anyway. But yeah, let me know what you think about this game. Are you going to be getting it? Have you played it already on the PlayStation 5 or the PC? How about your boy? Sayonara.